So I'm biking today from 58th Street, and I'm going to try and make it to the Funicular in downtown Edmonton, Alberta. So I'm biking down a quiet residential street in Edmonton, Alberta. And a lot of these older residential streets have these beautiful mature elms lining the streets. They provide protective shade in the hot summer months. I should say cool shade in the hot summer months. So that's in the, so here we are on 118th Avenue. It can be a little busy, but so the numbering of streets in Edmonton, the streets run north-south, and the avenues run east-west. The streets increase in numbers from east to west, and the avenues increase in number from south to north. So I'm on 58th Street right now, and 58th Street joins up with 60th Street here just before the intersection with 112 Avenue. Until 12 Avenue is another busy street we got to cross. The speed limit in Alberta, the speed limit in Edmonton is 40 kilometers an hour unless posted otherwise. Kind of busy today around here. So we've got this cute little roundabout in the middle of a residential area. So the city is divided up into quadrants or sections. There's the northwest, there's the northeast, and there's the southwest. Just turned on the Ada Boulevard. It's one of the few streets that has a name and not a number. So the northwest section is the largest section. Most of Edmonton is in the northwest section. So Ada Boulevard runs along the bluff above the North Saskatchewan River, It's generally a quiet street. On my right side are these beautiful classic homes, larger. Most of them have been well taken care of or are being restored. The other side is a multi-use trail. So they have these raised pedestrian crosswalks. They're newer in some of the residential areas. So still on Ada Boulevard, and this section here, it's a short section, has this cobblestone type of texture. So there's a plethora of golf courses in Edmonton. The one I'm passing right now, the parking lot is for the Highlands golf course. Just passing 68th Street. So we're crossing a bridge over the Wayne Gretzky Drive. It's a major traffic artery in Edmonton and one of the few streets that have a name instead of a number. So on my right is Concordia University. It can get really busy here during the day with university traffic. So up here we're going to do a U-turn and get onto the multi-use trail that descends into the river valley. So this is an older section of the trail, and it has some bumps, nothing major. So the multi-use trails that go down, descend, or ascend out of the river valley, they usually have one or more switchbacks to lessen the steepness. Here's the switchback. So it's late September and the leaves are falling off the trees. And then, but it's a nice, beautiful, sunny, late September day. This section of the multi-use trail runs in, it's a off-leash dog. Off-leash dog area. People can bring their dogs and let them run. The only thing is you gotta be careful the dogs don't run in front of you. So I usually try and take it easier through this section. This lady's got 3 dogs, one off leash. So I think this is Dawson Park. So these parks in the river valley have these nice picnic areas with picnic tables and usually a place to have a fire or barbecue. So on my left is the North Saskatchewan River. North Saskatchewan River runs through the center of Edmonton, Alberta. So there's a system of parks. It's called the River Valley Park System. And they're strung along in continuous fashion along the North Saskatchewan River. It's the longest urban park in Canada. So North Saskatchewan River joins up with the South Saskatchewan River to become the Saskatchewan River, which flows into Lake Manitoba and then eventually into Hudson's Bay. So that means we're in the Arctic Ocean watershed. So like I said, this section of the trail is an off-leash dog area. You just gotta be careful, these things, dogs don't run in front of you. So like in most Canadian cities, condos are popular. Provide carefree living, usually with a good view, closer to the city amenities, city services like restaurants and pubs and recreational. So although the multi-use trail that runs along the river valley is fairly flat with no really big uphills. It is a little hilly. nothing too hard. Coming to Dawson Park picnic area. So there's a washroom, flush washroom. Every spaced out accordingly. There's really nice, clean, flush toilets on this park system. This is one of the areas you can reserve a picnic area. Have a family, a big family. Usually people are pretty courteous. So we're going under Dawson Bridge, which is a traffic bridge, but I think they have a sidewalk. You can ride across it. So we're actually joining up to a alleyway behind some nice homes here. Up here we're going to join up with a quiet residential street. So this is 102 Avenue. So paralleling the paved portion of the multi-use trail is a gravelly trail system. It's usually close to the river. So you can walk and jog or mountain bike. There's no lack of recreational opportunities in Edmonton. You could road bike like I'm doing, a mountain bike, hike. North Saskatchewan River is very nice for kayaking and canoeing and fishing. So the city maintains groomed cross-country ski trails and parts of the Riverside Park. So we're joining up with 87th Street. Some more nice classic homes, a few newer homes. So we're gonna turn back onto the multi-use trail. Up here, there's a new house going up. So some of the contractors will buy an older, less kept home and either demolish it and tear it down, or restore it. Usually end up putting a bigger home on the lot. Some people are critical of that because it changes the neighborhood. So there's lots of beavers that live in the North Saskatchewan River that runs through the center of Edmonton. Beaver really like aspen. So here's a street, 92nd Street, Cameron Avenue, and 99th Avenue. So Cameron goes up the hill to the city center. We're going to continue on the multi-use trail to the Funicular. So getting close to the city center, you're going to see more people on the trail. Got a little uphill here, so I'm going to gear down. So that's Cameron Avenue on my right. It's pretty steep, we're not going up there. That goes up and joins with Jasper Avenue. And there's a multi-use trail there. So there's a view of the new LRT bridge, Dalwatina. It's a double deck. Top deck carries the new LRT. The bottom deck is a nice 8-meter wide multi-use trail. And it's usually pretty busy. It joins multi-use trails on both sides of the North Saskatchewan River. We're just going to take a ride across, come back. Looks like they're doing some work. Hopefully I'll be able to get by. And they were working here yesterday.
How short?
They got a man lift and a string going up through a conduit. So maybe they're installing some lighting. So this trail, this bridge is popular with people going for walks. There's ample parking on this side of the bridge, free parking. So the multi-use trails on this side of the ridge emanate from here, but we're going to go back to this side and make our way to the Funicular. Sure, lots of people on their first date come for a stroll. Along here, this gives you a nice view of the skyline, Edmonton skyline. This is a wooden part here. Wooden planking. riverfront patio. Stop and have a beer. So this is the Trans-Canada Trail, a part of the Trans-Canada Trail. A lot of this new construction. So you're getting a good view of the cityscape. So that's the Fairmount McDonald Hotel, that older hotel I'm riding toward. So on my right is the River Valley Adventure, which has a patio. You can buy beer and I imagine some food or probably water. So we'll go down here and take the elevator up to, I think it's the Todd observation deck. And then from there it's a short 200-meter ride to the Funicular. So this is the elevator up to the observation deck. I think it's called the Todd. Got a look over here. This is the 100th Street pedestrian bridge, and over here is the Frederick G. Todd Lookout. There's a good view of the North Saskatchewan River. It cuts through downtown Edmonton. And there's a good view of the Dawatinau LRT bridge we crossed over. Let's go to the Funicular. So there's the funicular coming down. Thanks. So we're at the top of the funicular and in downtown Edmonton.